Okay, guys, I have started the recording. Just for information. So yesterday we went over the course syllabus, right? And we all understand that what are we going to cover as part of SRE, right? And what are we going to cover as part of Cloud PE course, right? So as I mentioned yesterday, the 65% of the course is the same because whatever we are talking as part of performance engineering, Cloud PE, we're going to take it forward and we're going to add some more stuff here to make it relevant for the SRE. Because when you look for SRE, the expectations are different, right? I would not say different, that there are additional responsibilities on SRE from the SRE point of view. There are multiple roles and responsibility for SRE, right? If you just, as I was explaining you yesterday, like if you go to any, let's say LinkedIn or Naukri portal, right? Anywhere if you go, if you just search for, you would get a role for performance engineer as well as SRE. There are two skill sets, basically two different skill sets. You would get job, you have job profiles, JDs available for both. Uh, look for this. So these are all the SREs that you look for. You can just look here, SRE. They're looking for Python development and Kubernetes software development. They look for development background as well, like the company like Cisco, who is like a pay master, right? This company can pay you in the range of 50 lakhs also, right? They're the pay master. So they are if you look for the SRE, uh, they look for the development background as well, right? And they look for everything. Okay, software delivery. They look for automation as well. They look for the performance concepts as well. Let me just go over its JD. Okay, then you would understand a better idea, understanding what the difference between SRE and performance engineer. Okay, look for this. Okay, look at this. What they're looking for. Git and Jenkins are part of, as I told you, is part of DevOps or automation, right? Git and Jenkins, they're looking for development background in Python, right? That's why we have the Python self-paced course. If I just talk about, if I have to cover everything, it will take 1 year, guys. So that's why to streamline the process, uh, we have given a self-paced videos on Python. So for you to get started, it's quite extensive, 30 hours of self-paced videos covering everything. You can have any other programming language as well, not just Python, Go, Groovy, or any other programming language, could be Java, right? Um, okay. Hmm. I request everyone to be on mute. Okay, let me just do that. Okay. Look for this. They also look for the configuration management tools like Ansible, right? For that very sake, we are covering Ansible as part of the course as well. If you just look at the course curriculum, that is why we have this eliminating toil and automation. This all comes under the automation part. That's why we have this Ansible part here mentioned, along with Terraform, Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, and automation using shell scripting and Python scripting. That's why we have these things, right? Considering the roles and responsibilities across the organization, right? And you will find this across all the roles and responsibilities. Okay. So yeah, and just one of the snippet at Kubernetes. If anywhere you go nowadays, Kubernetes, right? And what would not be expected from a performance engineer? Like they would not expect Git and Jenkins, Ansible, and this development background. They would not expect from a performance engineering background. For the performance engineering background, they would look for something core performance troubleshooting experience. But even you know that, right? For performance engineering, development is important because again depends on roles and responsibility. If you're into code optimization, you need to understand data structure and algorithm also well for the performance engineer, right? So it all depends on roles and responsibilities. I just showed you one of the JDs of SRE. Similarly, you can just have your own research, right? You can do your own research and you can understand. Look for this JP Morgan, again, one of the paymaster, JP Morgan site reliability engineer. And they're looking for, again, they're looking for troubleshooting skills as well. So that's why performance engineering skill sets we have also considered as part of SRE, right? If you look for, so we have considered this kind of skill sets as well as part of SRE. And obviously the observability monitoring as well as part of SRE. So we have considered, we have browsed over all the requirements, all the expectations that the companies have right now, and we have come up with this particular course curriculum for SRE as well as for the cloud P. Those who are not willing to to transition themselves to SRE, they can stick to performance engineering. It's also a good skill set. Okay, the opportunity wise, you do have this lot of opportunities, but you need to be mostly on the cloud front, right? The core performance engineering, you would be good till 6 to 7 years, right? If you are 6 or 7 years experience, so you can manage with Jmeter, LoadRunner, scripting, and some core Java performance engineering or SQL tuning or database performance you can manage till 6 to 8 years experience. But after that, right, you need to get your hands dirty on cloud, Kubernetes, things like that. And that is why this course on the cloud P in DevOps, and it is quite an extensive course as well, right? So we have clubbed these two things, right? The cloud P and SRE, and we're gonna those people who are interested in cloud P, they can continue on cloud P, and they are those who are interested to become an SRE. We would be providing extra material and the sessions for them. Yeah. So any question? I think it's very much clear, right? On these two courses. Okay. Any confusion here at this point of time, or are we all clear?
Sir, it is not a confusion, but I have some of the questions which I would like to ask.
Yeah, Susil, go ahead.
Yeah, the very first one is like, you have mentioned about the configuration part, which is like, the Ansible is going to be covered. So are we going to cover anything related to Puppet, Chef, or like, any other such kind of things, which is like, very much going in the market and wherever you go and all this. So the combination of a Chef and Puppet and Salt and Ansible is always be like, looking for. So this is my first question. And coming to the next question, wherein like, you have mentioned that cloud P, considering like, performance standpoints, and there is a multiple things has been included. Just want to know, like, is it the logic monitor, which is coming to be as like, the monitoring stuff and all this, is again be very much hot in the market, wherein people are asking for the logic monitor and all. So this is my second question. And there is something which is written in your cloud P in closed brackets, ELK or EKS or something. Would you mind like, clarifying on that? Is it that is elastics you're talking about?
Okay, so one by one. Okay, Susil. So first question, your Ansible part, right? So when I say configuration management, the way you configure in production, what happens, or in any environment where you have 200 and 300 servers deployed, and let's say you have been tasked to work on Java upgrade. Let's say you are supposed to upgrade one Java version from 1.8 to some version 1.8.2. Some patch has come, and you need to upgrade the Java, right? So you have two options, right? Either you go to all the 200 servers manually and upgrade it, right? Or you write some Ansible script so that you can automate the same stuff and it will be implemented all across 200 servers, right? So that is what we mean by configuration tool, right? If you look for the popularity wise, Chef, Puppet, Ansible, all are configuration management tool. But if you look for the popularity wise, the way Ansible is developed in Python, and it is push based. You don't need to run any agent on the remote servers. If you have 200 servers, you don't need to run any agent on those 200 servers. It's push based. So if you look for the configuration management, Ansible is the most popular tool. Okay, no doubt about that. Chef, Puppet are there. They can also do the stuff, but for that you need agents to be installed. If you go over, browsed over, they mention in the resume, they mention everything save Puppet for the sake of mentioning. But when you mention that you know Ansible, that's well enough. They are going to consider you that you know configuration management. And if they have some specific particular choice based on the organization, they would not reject you that you don't know Ceph and Puppet. But having known Ansible, you're going to be preferred if you don't know Ceph and Puppet, right? You cannot know everything. Ceph, Puppet, Ansible, you cannot know all the three. It's very few people, those who are into configuration management and infrastructure provisioning, right? The person who are involved into automation of infrastructure, creating 1,200 servers on daily basis, upgrading some patch upgrade, they would know everything Ceph, Puppet, Ansible. But if you're looking for a SRE engineer, right, those kind of a person, if knowing one tool in a good way, that's enough. So that answers your first question. Second question, right? We were talking about a log monitor. When it comes to AWS or any cloud service provider, we have CloudWatch.
Logic monitor, sir. Logic monitor.
Sure. Logic monitor. So when it comes to AWS, as part of this course, right, as part of Cloud PE course, we have covering CloudWatch. Okay, in AWS, that out of the box monitoring solution in AWS, that's called CloudWatch. Okay, just to show you a glimpse of it. Okay, that's AWS console. And if you go to CloudWatch, so this is the out-of-the-box monitoring solution in AWS. Whatever the service you use in AWS, this is the monitoring solution in AWS, and this is what we are covering as part of Cloud PE course. Okay. Apart from that, on the SRE front, right, on the SRE course, we have added a lot more observability. We're talking about, along with CloudWatch, we're talking about Linux, that's shell scripting and all. We're talking about that. And we're talking about Prometheus and Grafana. These three, and ELK, these three are open source. Okay. If you browse over any resume, I would say, let's say if you go over 100 resumes, right, in 60 to 75% or 60 to 70% of the resume, you're going to find these words: Prometheus, Grafana, and ELK. And Splunk. See, there are a lot of different tools. Okay, Splunk is there, Nagios is there, so many tools are there, but you need to know few, but you need to know well, right? You cannot be master in there are 20 performance testing tool or performance monitoring tools out there. Okay, so but if you say Prometheus and Grafana, since these are open source, a lot of companies, open source companies or startups or a lot of other organizations, quite stabilized, they have proven in the market Prometheus, Grafana, and ELK stack. It's very popular. Elasticsearch, Logstacks, and Kibana. We are covering these two along with CloudWatch as part of SRE course. So,
sorry, sir, I'm interrupting you. Sorry, sir, I'm interrupting you over here. Considering, the one which you just mentioned about the Prometheus and Grafana, considering these are the open source and all, that is fine with any of the organization. Those who are not having a business wherein the audits and the data is very critical and all this, might be possibility with some of them. But if you move with any of the clients, those who are managing the insurance part, wherein the critical information is there, the banking customers, those who are having holding the critical informations and all this, they usually do not go for the open source and all this. So say they would like to just go with very much reputed companies and all. So that's why I recently faced this issue wherein one of my insurance client has went back, and the two of the banking clients has went back by saying we are giving a solution on the open source and all. So that is the reason I was asking if anything very much secure or probably a good tools and all this. So any options are available or something like that.
Okay, as part of this course, we are not covering. we are targeting 60 to 70% of the resumes. Considering that, if you why I have come up with these two tools based on looking at 100 resumes or 100 JDs out there, and if you look for them you would come up with this list only. Okay, so considering that list, I have come up with these tools. Okay, these are the most widely popular. See, on the commercial wise, you can go with Dynatrace and AppDynamics. Nothing better than that, right? You have those options
Yes.
as well, right? So, but
Yeah.
we are catering to the 70% of the JDs, right? So that's why these two tools are there and not any other tool. Okay, coming to your third. What was the third question? Can you repeat that? Okay, yes, ELK.
Yeah.
Yes, I got
Yeah.
it. So it is EKS. It is called Elastic Kubernetes Service. All the cloud service provider, be it AWS, Azure, or GCP. AWS, everyone, Kubernetes is that popular. Kubernetes was developed by Google back in 2015. And it is such a popular tool that all the cloud service providers, they have developed their own managed service. They have automated it, and you can get the cluster within few minutes, 10 minutes. You can create the cluster and you can start deploying your application. So EKS is the AWS service of Kubernetes, right? That is full form is Elastic Kubernetes Service. Similar to that, EKS we have in Azure, we have AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service, and in GCP, Google Cloud Platform, we have GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine, right? So EKS we are covering is that as part of this course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sure. Any other questions? Okay, guys. So I think we are all good. No confusion, guys. Please help me with the chat. In the chat, no confusion, no clarification.
Just sir, just before you just close it off, I have another question. If I have a permission.
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, is it like these session would be pre-recorded sessions which we can go through and all this, or it would be a live classes?
Live sessions. We are, as mentioned already, we are giving self-paced for Java, Python, and cell scripting. Apart from that, whatever you do, it's going to be live sessions like this that we are doing right now.
Okay. Okay.
And the recording would be available to you. We are recording. Whatever we are discussing, we are recording, and it on a daily basis, recordings in the playlist. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
Is there any, sorry, Roshan,
Let's see.
sir,
Yeah.
is there any live project or something that you can show us based on those using
Everything
those
is going to be
tools?
live, Sri. Everything that we are going to do, consider that as the project. Everything is hands-on. Like, I'm not able to understand the definition of your live project, so I may not answer that exactly what you're expecting. I'm not sure on the expectation wise, but if I've answered your question, whatever we are doing is going to be live. It's going to be hands-on. So either we are working on Kubernetes cluster or deploying some pods or load balancers, some services. Those are considered those things as project, right? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show how to do it, and you're supposed to practice it. That's how it's going to work.
Got it.
Okay, guys. I'm just waiting. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, is it like this course going to have anything like integrations with any of the ITSM tool and all this? Because considering monitoring is there and configuration is there, but if any kind of integration with any of the ITSM or a ticketing tool is there, so probably for the not people, it would be very beneficial, so that they can see that the ticket is getting cut and it is coming to their queue and all this. So
Yeah.
are we going to see any kind of
I have not
integrations?
mentioned that ticketing system. Okay, that ticketing system, I understand that's one of the roles and responsibility of Beacon SRE if you're working on production system,
Yeah.
right? But we don't have that as of now. Yeah, ticketing creating tickets. We are talking about how to troubleshoot those tickets, right? We are talking about that. We are talking about how to one level up, like if there are L1, L2, L3, like if in your organization, we are talking about L2 and L3 people here. L1, like those who monitor the application 24/7, that we are not covering. We are considering people being performance engineer and the development background. We have considered this course from the L2 and L3 point of view. Those people who are going to be troubleshooting application and giving us the fix. This course is designed based on that, because as I mentioned, in the SRE there are multiple roles. You could be an L1 engineer also, like doing production monitoring all the time, looking into all the Grafana and all those monitoring tools, looking at the alerts all the time. That could be one of the roles of SRE, but we are not covering that part. We are looking into troubleshooting point of view.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Guys, if we have any guys, if you don't have any other question, I would like everyone to comment that we are all good. Can I proceed, guys? Yes. Or if you have some further question, we are made to discuss about that. So you can, guys, please confirm if you're good. Can we proceed and to start with the normal sessions?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, I would request everyone to put you on the chat and unmute if you have some particular question.
Hi, this is Snehal here.
Hi, Snehal.
Actually, I have one. I have one doubt. Like, currently, I'm going through multiple interviews, and they are asking like, do you have experience in cloud performance testing, or you have used Azure or AWS like that? So
Yeah.
I'm basically performance testing, and I have 10 years of experience. So I just wanted to confirm, like, will this course help me to get through those interviews like that?
Exactly, right. So you are at the right
Yeah.
place, and I would say, because whatever the words
Okay.
used, do you have experience on AWS and Azure? That
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna cover. If you look at the Cloud P or SRE course, let me just give you the link again, guys.
Yes.
Not sure if you have got a chance to look into these things. Let me.
Yeah. I have this link with me. Yeah.
You have that link already. That's
Yes.
okay. So if you go over these links, Snehal, you would understand that we are covering from a cloud P point of view itself. If
Yes.
we just
Yes.
we're talking about AWS, right? We're talking about Linux. We're talking about Docker, Kubernetes, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
in that terms only. Whatever the word you used, right? Cloud
Mhm.
testing you use cloud word. So this is what we are doing here, right? So I understand
Okay.
that, I understand the requirement, what they ask, right? I have been
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
interviewer and also and both ends, right? So I understand what is the expectation, and that's why this course, right?
Okay.
To help that fill that bridge, right? The gap, right?
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you are at the right place.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and one more doubt is like, will this help me to get the AWS certification also?
Okay.
Because right now, multiple my colleagues are there who have also completed the AWS certification. So just wanted to
One
confirm.
course cannot serve everything, right, Snehal?
Okay.
But
Okay.
I can assure you that if you cover this, we are covering 20 around 15 to 20 hours of cloud. Okay, uh,
Okay.
we are covering, or I can definitely say 60% of what a solution architect associate would be asked. Right, we are covering that much in AWS.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
after that, you would what I'm confident on that I'm gonna lay a strong foundation on AWS. You're gonna understand what is AWS,
Mhm.
how things work. Then it's easy for you
Okay.
to ramp up and get yourself certified, right? Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna make your a foundation strong. That's what we are doing here, and then you can definitely, by some practicing and just some spending some
Mhm.
time, like
Okay.
taking some solution architect associate courses specific to certification courses. I can guide you to those courses in Udemy and somewhere.
Okay.
I can guide you, and if you go to those courses, complete that part, right? You can clearly clear the certifications.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Fifty
thank you.
percent, 60% we are covering here already. The concepts part, what is required,
Mhm.
understanding
Mhm.
point of view, we are covering. If you look at the services, IAM, EC2, VPC, storage services, right? We are covering very database storage. So these important things that we are covering in AWS. So you're gonna make your a strong foundation, and you can clear the certification easily.
Okay. Okay. So in one of the course contents, I can see Jmeter tool, which is a performance testing tool, has been mentioned.
Don't
So
confuse that I'm gonna talk about JMeter full-fledged. Okay.
no, no. Yeah. I can understand that. So it is like that. Means the AWS services will be getting recorded into the JMeter like that, or only the monitoring part will be
I'll be
mentioned
talking
here.
about, I'll be opening some Gmeter, and I'll be just launching some tests, okay, and
Okay. Okay.
some basic stuff, right? Those
Okay.
those things. This is like for SRE. See, this course is not only for the performance testers, okay. This course
Okay.
is for the developers. This course is for the DevOps engineer. This course is for the QA engineers. They don't know about Gmeter,
Okay.
right? For them Gmeter,
Correct. Correct.
right? So to
Mm-hmm.
them that there is some tool called Jmeter, and you can do some performance run, you can script, right? Those things just get them feel that we have such a tool, because when they become SRE, and when they're supposed to test or work in a team who is testing, performance testing team, they would not
Mm-hmm.
feel comfortable. So for that sake, I have put
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Roshan.
Sure.
And sir, can we get the entire syllabus and the thing which you are just mentioning over here? Is it somewhere it is available, or can you put it on the chat with
This is a link,
some
right?
link?
This is a website. You can go to this link. You want the link? I can help you that.
Yeah, please, sir. I mean, that would be helpful, sir. Sorry for my ignorance if I'm not able to catch that one earlier.
Yeah, privately. Why I'm able to send the message privately? Someone is sending the message privately. Just hold on. Okay, this here you go. I have again private. Guys, let me just fix this part. I need to send to everyone. Okay, yeah, please. I think somehow my setting is that I'm only able to send to Megha. Somehow it's been done like that. So others, please help Susil with the links. I'm unable to.
Yeah, I have already shared just now.
Okay, perfect. Both the links, please share
Yeah.
both the links. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Someone,
have shared this link, this course content link.
yeah.
This.
One more.
Thank you.
Snehal, I see that
Yeah.
you have mentioned cloud PE course. Can you also pay
Yes.
site liability course as well for everyone? Somehow I'm not able to ping. I could only ping to Megha. I don't know. Megha, what you have done?
Questions are one more question. So
Yeah.
these recordings, right?
Yeah.
Can we have downloaded or we cannot download
No,
that? It's
you
only the
cannot
access,
download it. You cannot share it. You will have lifetime access.
so lifetime access.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not supposed to.
Roshan sir, I have one very basic question. I'm so sorry for my ignorance. Usually, in a market, we do talk about the DevOps engineer and SRE engineer with the multiple terms and accolades and all. What is a very thin line between DevOps engineer and SRE engineer? What separate both of these are doing, which is rest of the other folks are not doing. So can you just
Okay.
make
To
me
keep it
understand on
simple,
that?
okay, to keep it simple, effective answer. Okay. SRE would work in production. DevOps would not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And DevOps engineer are mostly doing the deployment. If you are into infrastructure provisioning, right? DevOps engineer would provision infrastructure for you, right? All the dev, QA, perf environment, production environment. Uh, Reliability engineer is gonna consider from the reliability point of view. Your system is available or not, reliable or not, what needs to be done on the architecture to make it reliable, what needs to be done on the to make it available, right? Proper alerting is set or not. Those things. Those are for a SRE. And DevOps engineer would not worry much about uh, reliability, availability. See, these things are very thin line, okay? But these are very important things for any organization. For any application, the reliability, how much reliable your application is, or how much available your application would be, right? These things are very important, very critical to any for employer success, right? And those things cannot be just one for a DevOps engineer, right? DevOps engineer is mostly gonna do some other task, like they're gonna work on some CI/CD pipeline, right? Right, but see, the idea is simple, okay? I'll tell you there are overlapping things as well. So it's not like when I say you are DevOps engineer, you are SRE engineer, nothing like that, okay? There could be overlapping roles and responsibilities as well. One person, if you're joining a startup company, you maybe end up doing everything, right? The idea of SRE has come from Google, where the initially the people were developing things into development, and then they made not much development. What they would do, so they put the same people into operations. They put the same people, same folks who were developing things, they put into operations. Now they are deploying things, and they're making sure production is highly available, reliable. So same folks. So this idea of SRE has come from Google, one of the Google's JD, I would say, like Kubernetes, right? So Google has also been very much coming up with these things, right? So this SRE word, or this roles and responsibility, this particular job profile has come from Google, where the developers are asked to do the operations work, right? So there's a thin line. I have never seen a DevOps engineer working into production, right? But see, if they are deploying things in production, they cannot be totally separated, right? Because if something is wrong with the production, something related to infrastructure or configuration, we call DevOps engineer fix this, right? Because
Okay.
they are the ones who built it. So there's a very thin line. So, and a lot of overlapping things are also there. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay, I think Megha has fixed things for me.
Hi,
No.
hi.
Yes.
This is Giri this side.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Actually,
Yeah,
I have
correct.
been trying since yesterday to talk with you. I
Oh,
think
is
I
it?
had some setting issue.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday I sent one question in chat. Actually, my experience right now is 7+ years in performance engineering. My total experience, IT experience, is 11 years. But the last 7 years has been into PE. So right now, if I take this course, what should be my how the career should unfold? Because I
Which
know this is
course?
not
Which
purely
course?
related to this. And what should I take? SRE or cloud
It all
PE?
depends on your interest. You are interested in development.
No.
You are interested in performance testing, troubleshooting application.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for cloud P.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Can is the payment link in the same
You
URL
can
or
talk
how
to
it is
Mr.
done? Or
Talk to Mr. Kumar.
Kumar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
No payment discussion here. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, Roshan.
Yeah. Hi, Ram.
This is Ram. I have one question. The site reliable engineering and the PE course will go parallelly, or we will have an extra class for the site reliable SRE, right?
See, there are some additional things as I have been explaining, right? I'll manage that. Don't worry. Okay, there are 65% of the course.
Yeah.
I know when to talk about what, right? So mostly I'll just try to complete. I'll try to complete the overlapping part, and then I'll talk about something extra. what an SRE would require. Okay.
That's fine then. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, we can start our session. It's
Perfect. Yeah, I'm
almost
just
half an hour.
right. I'm just see. I need to. Yeah. Others all good? Any question, clarifications, anything, guys? All good? Okay. Perfect. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about the first topic on the cloud computing, right? So I hope. See, I'm gonna assume that we are all new to cloud, okay, and we don't have AWS or cloud experience. So shall I consider this as the assumption and proceed, or you want me to have some? You want to expect something that you know something and start talking? How do you want me to proceed here?
As a
Was
newbie,
right
means,
from the starting.
yeah.
Right. You can see, guys. I would request everyone to be put on the chat, right, so that it will be easy for me to communicate. Right. Yeah.
You want us to raise the hand or something? So
Nothing like
that's
that.
why it's easy.
Raise the hand. I don't know. The option is there. Do you see the option?
I think so. It should be pin mute video name.
Okay, I got my answer. We are moving. We are new to cloud. Okay, so I'm gonna move on that part. Okay, we're done. Okay, let me start, guys. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna ask this question, open question. So I'm gonna let me close these things. Okay, uh, enough of this discussion. I think we are all set now. Okay. Okay. So guys, so let me start with our first topic that is called cloud computing, right? So to get started on that, right? Let me open one of the PPTs that I have. I'm going to share those things. Okay, Kavya, I need to talk. I need to have a same approach. I'm going to talk from basics, right? People are new. I need to consider that. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So, guys, can you help me? What is your understanding of cloud and what is your understanding of on-prem? I want you to write this thing. Use. You can unmute when you have a particular question to ask. Right. When I'm asking something and you have some short answer, if you I'm expecting, I would request you to put on the chat so that we all can. I can just read through. I have two screens. I'm reading to all your chat all the time. Okay. So I just want to help you guys to help me understand what is your understanding of on-premise and cloud. What do you see it is a difference, or you don't understand these two words? I'm going to talk about these two words today, okay? And that should be all. And this is what the starting class of cloud computing. Two words, okay? On-prem and cloud. That's all I'm going to discuss today. Okay, I'm gonna read through, guys. I'm looking for the answers, guys. What is your understanding of these two words? When I say on-prem, what do you mean? When I say cloud, what do you mean?
On-prem means it is local. I mean, and the cloud means the servers are anywhere. The data center would be anywhere.
Local means?
Local means it is controlled by the corporation itself.
Okay, perfect. And cloud means?
It is anywhere, right? Anywhere the data center, it is controlled by, let's say, third party like AWS, Azure,
This is
somebody else.
what I was expecting, Sri. Thank you for this definition. Exactly. If we have this understanding, then it makes sense to understand, right? Go further, because we need to have this understanding first. Because people say I have AWS certified, and I ask this very question: what is difference between on-premise and cloud? They are blank. It has happened. Right? They should know what is on-prem and what is cloud. Why they're learning cloud, right? This is what the understanding should be there. So on-prem is what, like when you, so earlier I was talking about, right, yesterday in back in 1980s, how are the setup, guys? If you have some business idea, you want to deploy your application, you have to set up your data center. You have to set up your own data center. When I say data center, this is what I mean by data center. You have to purchase the land, big land in the outskirts of the city. You have to set up infrastructure, right? If you could also come up with a mini data center. I'm not denying that, but a typical data center, full-fledged data center would look like this: multi-story building, uh, a lot of servers. Consider 20-30 rooms, big halls, full of servers, wired, generating a lot of heat, and you have cooling mechanism in place to take care of the heat which is getting generated. Like those kind of things, it's like a data center, right? Uh, and this is what on-premise means. On-premise and cloud does not have much difference. Okay, both have this data center. Either you're on-prem or you're cloud. End of the day, I'm going to use the server. If I own this, if I have purchased this, this is my land, I have acquired this land, I have constructed my building, I have purchased my servers, I have purchased my operating system, right? Though everything I'm owning, that becomes on-premise for me. For you, it may be cloud, because if you have come to me that, Roshan, I need to deploy some application. Can you give me some servers? 10 servers. I need 10 servers of this configuration. I need some storage space also, and I need this database also. Like you have a list. I'll see and I'll calculate. Okay, no, you'll have to pay monthly $5,000. Looking at the cost, right? So that becomes cloud for you. Very simple. If I own this on premise, if I don't own this, if I use someone else data center on rent basis, that becomes cloud for me. That is the basic thing that you should always remember. All these cloud service provider, famous ones, AWS, Azure, GCP, they have these data centers across the globe. Okay, multiple data centers they have it, and they are still developing it. They are putting this in across the globe so that they can cater to all the people across the globe, right? So if you look for AWS, okay, let me just show you. If you look for AWS, let's say, I'm going to focus my discussion on AWS. I'm not going to distract much on Azure and GCP. If not, we'll be not going anywhere. Yeah, so let me just talk about infrastructure, global infrastructure. AWS global infrastructure. Okay, look at this. They have so many regions. Look at this particular. Where is all these green dots that you see? It is the regions AWS has deployed their data centers. These are called regions. Sydney region. In India also they have in Hyderabad coming soon, but in Mumbai they have already the one region is there. There are 3 availability zones. AWS calls data center as availability zones, AZ, right? So these are called regions. The green ones are called regions, and each region has 2 or more availability zones. 2 or more, minimum 2 availability zones and more also. So when I say availability zone, always remember it's a data center. Okay. Look at this. So global infrastructure, and across the globe they have the presence footprint. So how many regions they have? 26 launch regions. In 26 launch regions, they have 84 availability zones. 84. Because one region has usually minimum 2. Why they have 2? For high availability. We'll talk about it. Okay. We have minimum 2, they have it, and maximum 6 also they have it, depending on the customer base, how many people they are using their infrastructure, right? So they have set up data centers all across the globe, and as a user we can go to AWS and ask for servers. You don't need to call AWS that, boss, I need some servers, I need some storage service, can you get me? No, what they would tell you that they have this console, beautiful console they would tell you that they have this console. Log into the console, that is called Aws Management Console. Every cloud service provider, they have this console. Log into the console, create an account first, right? We all will create an account. It's a very simple process. A free tier, 1 year free. We can practice. So log into the console and get whatever you want, get whatever you need in any region. You can be remotely connected perfectly fine. I can be somewhere. I can connect to any region. I talked about 26 launch regions. If you count this, 26 launch region would be there, right? I can, being in somewhere remotely located, I can go to anywhere, wherever their presence is. I can go to Ohio or Cape Town or Hong Kong or Mumbai or Singapore, Sydney. I can create servers. I can provision some servers. I can run some workload there, being remotely. That is what the cloud is all about. So the another definition of cloud, if someone asks what is the cloud, the simplest definition you can give it, that the use of hardware and software over the internet. You can use the software and hardware over the internet, right? Cloud computing over the internet, right? That's what the cloud computing over the internet, the use of hardware and software over the internet is can be termed as cloud, right? So I can go to any server, any region, I can select and I can, we'll talk about services. If you need some servers, they have something called EC2. If you go to EC2, type EC2, you will land up in a different world, EC2 world, where you can provision some servers. Depending on your choice requirement, you can get some servers, right? So you can create some servers here, right here. If you need some storage service, like if you want to store some movies, some media files, they have something called S3, simple storage service. They call it S3. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. That's why EC2, right? If you want to store something, you can go to S3. The S3 stands for Simple Storage Service, S3. You can go to S3 and you can launch S3 and it'll open a different module itself, and you can create some storage. You can create some storage and you can store something. Just to excite you, the entire Netflix content that you see, guys, entire Netflix content, entire Amazon Prime videos that you see, Dropbox that you use, it's all hosted in S3. They make use of S3 to store media files, content, all over whatever you see, Netflix and everything. They get stored here. They use Netflix is the one of the consumer of AWS. Okay, so you make use of this service. There are 200 plus services in AWS. Look at these services. In every field, in everything they have. On databases, if you talk about databases, you have plethora of options. We'll talk about it sometime. Containers, plethora of options. Blockchain, you have, if you're working on machine learning, data science, game development, Internet of Things. So for everything, you have a service. Like if you're working on game development, they have these services, Game Lift and Game Sparks. They have developed, and you can deploy some gaming application, develop some gaming application, and things you can work. So 200 plus services, still growing. They're growing. They will grow. That's the future. That's how it is, right? So yeah, that's about the basics of AWS, right? Coming to, guys, is it making sense, everyone? Are we all together? Just quick check. Just yes in the chat. Yes, no would help me. Okay. Yeah, I do a cross check. Okay, guys, only 2 yeses. I want everyone to be active, right? And that's how we will communicate, right? If you have any specific question, please feel free to unmute and ask. Okay, specific questions, relevant. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. So this is called a data center setup, right? So when I say on-premise, basically on-premise, so you own everything. This is what the enterprise IT would look like. You own data center, you own networking, you own storage, servers, everything you own here. All the components you see here as part of enterprise IT or on-premise, you own. You own it, right? And before this was the setup before cloud computing. customers owning all the hardware and other components, right? This is what you have to own. The word is own. That's what the on-premise and cloud definition, this word here, owning and renting. That's the two words. From the infrastructure point of view, nothing, no change. I'm getting the hardware, some resource, some 4V CPU, some GB RAM, some 4GB, 8GB RAM, whatever. Only difference is that whether I own it or I use it or I rent it, right, of someone else. That's what the difference between on-premise and cloud. So customers owning all the hardware and other components in the data centers to run application programs. So these things are all owned by the customer, all these components. We'll talk about what you own in cloud, what is the responsibility of you and your cloud service provider in cloud. We'll talk about it. But before, why do we need cloud computing, guys? Look for the regions here. Why do we need? What is the major advantage of? So now tell me one thing. Don't look at here. Just think this. Uh, why do we need? Do you think we need cloud or we can go with on-premise? What do you think? And why do we need cloud then? Now since we have understood the difference between on-premise and cloud, can you guys justify why do you need cloud or you're good with on-premise?
It's cost effective also, right? And there is a sorry, go ahead. Somebody is speaking, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to put in the chat. I can read you chat. I can.
Okay.
Trust me, I do have your screen open. Okay, I have others 2 monitors. I will not miss your chat even for a second. But when I ask question, I look at my other screen. Readily available, easily in cloud. Yeah, that's good. Maintaining data center will be done by cloud service provider. That is fine. That's a definition, Kavya. But why do you need? Do you really think that cloud is beneficial or you're good with on-premise? And what is the advantages you get? Even small can make up. Yes, that's right, Ashok.
Cost maintenance and upgrades.
Right. Our cloud is cost effective. That's right.
Recovery also, right?
Auto scaling. Yes. See, I'm understood, right? I just wanted you to put some thoughts, right, for you guys. Okay. So obviously, cloud is important, right? Because I don't have. Most of the people don't have $100 million in their bank account, right, to set up the data center. If I have business idea, where will I do? What will I do? Right? What we will do? So we have some option. We can run our business. We want to implement our business. We want to run the workload, right? And we can pay monthly. That's fine, but we don't have that much amount to set up the data center, right? Obviously, cloud. I would opt. The next option is that I would look for cloud. That's why you see so many startups nowadays because we have cloud service provider nowadays, right? So efficiency, cost reduction, yes. Scalability, you don't have to purchase things today. You're starting the business, you have just 100 users. Let's say that you have tomorrow, 5 years down the line or 2 years down the line, your business expanded, more users came in, you need more servers. No headache, just one click of a button, you got 100 more servers to support your extra load, right? Scalability, right? Easy. Yeah, Sri, just wait for a second. You can ask the question. Let me complete it. So scalability, right? So easy, right? You can get as many servers you want with the click of a button, right? No problem as such. Disaster recovery. Most companies, those who have the on-premise thing as well, they go for cloud for the disaster recovery to store things as part of the cloud in the cloud. So they know it's cost effective, so that's why they go for disaster recovery, right? Data is secure. We have many services in cloud to make sure that the data would be secure. We'll talk about the security and all, right? Control, you get the control and automatic software updates. A lot of things. You don't have to worry about the maintenance, right? Because when you purchase everything, it's not about purchasing. The operational cost is also there. Someone has to be there a security guard to set up to secure your on-premises, right? Someone has to be working 24/7 to keep your servers always up and running, right? There's so many cost things, right? It's not easy to set up a data center. It's much easy to get few servers in the cloud and pay monthly rent, right? And apart from that, additional benefits are also there, right? So obviously, right, cloud computing we definitely require, we definitely need. Yeah. Yes, Sri, your question, please.
It's not the question I just mentioned. So
Okay.
benefit.
Quick
Cloud
recovery,
computing.
easy support, cost, pay as you go. Yes, absolutely. All these things are benefit, right? Yes. So we have all understood this definition point of view. So coming to the definition, right? We have been talking about cloud, right? What is cloud, right? So if someone asks what is cloud, what should we answer them? That's the next question, right? Uh, I would answer like this: the describe the use of hardware and software delivered via network. You don't need anything. You just need the internet connectivity and your laptop. That's all you need. I just need these two things, and I can deploy as many servers uh, I want. I can run the workload anywhere in the world. If I just have the internet connectivity, I just need to have the laptop. That's all I need, and I can get everything. The use of hardware and software delivered over network. That would be the simplest definition I would say of the cloud. And it's not. And see, if you want to look at the automation, you don't have to look for the automation at like the QA engineer that we do great. But look at this automation at this scale. What this cloud service provider has done it. They have made it on-demand self-service. This is the greatest automation that they have done it. They have given me a service platform. They have given me a platform where I can just go, right? And I can get whatever I need. On-demand self-service. Look at this. Perfect example of automation is here. The way they have automated it. Across the globe, anyone can create the account, right? And anyone can do what I'm doing right now. I can go to cloud, EC2, I can create some servers. I can go to S3, create some storage services. On-demand self-service. Self-service, you don't have to call AWS that boss, I need some servers, give me that in that region, this configuration, nothing like that. Just they would go, please go ahead and do it. We will do the costing, we'll give you the bill, monthly bill. They have billing thing as well. They whatever you do, they're gonna take care of it. Everything is automated. Billing, everything that you create, everything you do, they are monitoring it. They are monitoring each and every second of their usage. They would give you. Currently, I'm logged in as the IAM user. That's why I don't have the permission. I'll log in as the root user. I'll show you. I'll tell you the difference between IAM user and root user. That's why I'm used to this. So everything they monitor. Everything they monitor. So that's what. So coming to the definition point of view. So if you want to look at the automation near you, look for the cloud service provider. What they have done, and it was not possible without virtualization. They have virtualized things. They have virtualized the hardware. That's why you are able to create the EC2 instance. You are able to create the server, right? They have virtualized the storage services. That's why you're able to get few storage. So cloud can be secondly termed as virtualization and automation. The other features: on-demand self-service, measured service. Everything would be measured. Broad network access. They have footprint across the globe. Rapid elasticity. You can get the servers, as many servers you want, whenever you want, with the click of a button, right? Resource pooling. Like they are all the features of cloud computing that we're dealing here, right? Yeah. Right, Girish, I'll talk about this service models, platform as service, infrastructure service. That's the next topic that we're going to talk about it. Not today. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, we'll talk. That's the next topic. We're going to talk about it. what is different service models and benefits. We'll talk about this next tomorrow. What is the difference between infrastructure service, platform as service, software service? See, we're talking about basic stuff, right? People, they know cloud, but when I ask what is the difference, someone asked in the interview, someone was certified. I asked, okay, good that you certified. Answer me. What is software service, platform as service, infrastructure service? Gone. Right. So basic stuff we'll target it first, right? Then we'll talk about certification and all those things. We'll make our understanding better first. What is infrastructure service, software service, platform as service, service models? We'll talk about these things in the next session. Right? Any question till this point of time, guys? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask.
Hi.
Yeah, hi,
A
Girish.
basic question there. Can we use microservices in cloud? Means how they are hosted?
Yeah.
Means any example?
Microservices. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Containers. See, you need server. But host microservices, what do you need?
Let's say that let's say for SAP only. Am I using like Fiori application we have now? That is a general web client, and you have a different hosted in another cloud tenant.
Girish, I'll make it even generalized. I'll just generalize this. You can put this. To host anything, any application, what do you need?
Just the server, application web server.
Correct. You can get it in the cloud. Yes or no?
But how the configuration and all that data will be moved? Means some require you require some data at the corporation level also, no? Means
See,
how the transaction is going.
Talking about data migration, that's a separate topic. Talk about it. Different options that we have for the data migration. But you mentioned, can we deploy, right? So for deployment, ask this question. For deployment, what do you need? Server. You can get the server. Then next question you asked, I need to move data. Now we'll talk about data migration. How do you migrate data from on-premise to cloud? We'll talk about those things. All these options are there.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Anything else? Anyone else, guys?
Yeah. Tocho sir, these classes, right? The link is going to shared every day. The completed sessions.
You mean to the recording?
Correct.
Yeah, it'll be given once you're enrolled, right? We'll create a separate WhatsApp group, and we'll create a playlist, a YouTube playlist, private playlist, and the links will be shared. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, guys. So we just started with the basics of cloud. We'll explore, keep on exploring. Okay. We'll just get your mindset ready and to learn cloud now. Okay, AWS. That's all for guys today's. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something important. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you. Tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.